Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 47 of the Vine Health Live updates. Our updates are here to bring you fact and not fiction to help you thrive during this time, not just to survive. So, yes, I'm standing up today because, I have to find space somewhere to do these updates for you. And it's just brought by a passion to bring you a bit of myself, and actually it helps me as well to sort of process everything that is going on during this time. Happy Friday. Happy 1st of May. This is May Day today. So another month, a new month. This is our sort of second month or third month into this pandemic, but we are still surviving. So happy new month, happy weekend, happy Friday, happy everything. I hope you're all just sort of staying strong. Today, I normally talk about money and wealth and purpose and meaning. So even though I'm a doctor, there are other aspects to me as well, which I like to share with you. In the past, we've had guests come on, we've had people come and talk about finances, but today I just thought I would just sort of talk directly to you all and see, if we can just share ideas and sort of send any sort of thoughts and questions and comments. That would be wonderful. Right. So yes, what's happened? I'm not going to focus too much on sort of things that have happened in different places today because I really want to talk about purpose. I want to talk about money. I want to talk about collaboration, working with other people, and just trying to supercharge your purpose and your meaning in this life that you're living and that we're all living. As you know, most countries are now beginning easing their lockdowns and setting out plans. In the United Kingdom, we're going to have those plans set out next week. Good afternoon. Thank you for watching. So please put some comments in about money, and purpose and living beyond wealth and just, improving our lives, really. So most countries are going to have their lockdowns. They're having it eased already. So in Nigeria, people are going back to work next week at short periods. It's all being managed quite nicely. The federal government has said that anybody over level 14 should be back at work on Monday. So you are all going back to work on Monday. That's just how it is. And you're going to resume on Monday. And some other sectors are doing it very differently. But work starts. Shops open from 9 to 3 in Nigeria, in Lagos particularly. But the restaurants are not going to have anybody sitting down. And on the public transport, you have to wear your masks. But life is going back to normal. A couple of health workers have been infected. About 113 health workers have been infected in Nigeria. And I actually have a friend who's a doctor who's been infected and actually, having to be isolated in the landmark center. So yes, all doctors across the world and nurses have been affected as well. We're just sort of dealing with that. Money is a very important part, and Nigeria got a World Bank grant, and apparently they are dispersing that grant, and that grant is 43 billion naira. They're dispersing that grant across the country. I haven't looked into what that money is for, but that means that we're going to have more debt. So we're going to be owing money to the World Bank, which we're going to have to be paying for years to come. So anybody that is collecting this money is going to come out of your pocket somehow as well. So a lot of debt servicing going on. Right, what else have we learned? Again, the United Kingdom, talking about money. The Sheikh of Dubai, I think the ruler of Dubai, has sent 60,000 tons, am I correct, of personal protective equipment to the UK. This is how to talk about Money Friday. This is our Money Friday. It's not just about money, it's about wealth. It's about your network. It's about your relationships. It's about how you're leveraging your human social capital to improve not just your life but the lives of others. So the ruler of Dubai is offering the United Kingdom this PPE at this time. Surely there's going to be a lot of reciprocity, and that's what we need to talk about in our immediate communities and our larger communities. You can't do this thing alone. It has to be done together. So we're talking about sort of that, how do we work together to improve our wealth, not just for ourselves, but for other people as well. As you know, this week, the Captain Tom Moore has raised over £30 million for the NHS. 100 years old, raised all of that money. Now, what are you doing as the lockdown is coming, as we're coming out of lockdown? What are you doing about your own financial health, your own financial wealth, how you're helping other people, how you're helping yourself? What are you going to do differently? Life cannot go back to the way it was before. I'm looking to collaborate with people to help, to support, support myself and support other people. One of the initiatives that we're doing is called Beyond Wealth and the Beyond Wealth Scholarship. So if you're interested in things about education, please join us and do that. So we have that. Vine Health is supporting Beyond Wealth to help Black children get into top universities. And we have our first scholar who started today. So that's wonderful, and it's just a great thing to do. All right, guys. So what kind of tips do I have for Money Friday? I mean, the things that I've done from when I was much younger. I had a good mentor who's taught me about sort of saving, about working, about having multiple sources of income, about just making sure that you are careful with what has been placed in your hand, because what has been placed in your hand is really meant not just for you to eat it all, but for you to use it to fulfill purpose. And that is not just by giving people money, because if you give people money, it's not going to take them out of their situation, but by doing something that's going to lift somebody and improve their own future, and they can help somebody else. So collaboration. My topic for today is collaboration, not duplication. One of the things I've noticed in my network is that there are so many of us doing little bits of the same thing. Little bits of the same thing. So that person is, is doing this and that one is doing that, and we're all doing it, and there's no effect. For you to have power and to have an effect in this society, you have to have the power of numbers. There has to be more of you doing the same thing. So for example, vitamin D is not being tested in the Black community. Maybe it's because, I don't know, I'm just postulating, we don't have enough people in policy to make that possible. So the more you can push, the more you come together with your wealth, then the better it is, not just for you, but for your family, for your children that are coming behind you. So let's start to think about different ways of doing things. So some of the tips, collaborate during this time. Stay focused on your long-term goals. Don't get carried away by coronavirus pandemic and think that life is not going on. People are going on with their lives. They are making plans. I spoke to a young lady today who is doing massive things in the charity sector. And she just said to me, she's taking 3 months out to develop her charity, to push for her long-term goals. So stay focused on your long-term goals. Don't get carried away because things are a bit unsettled at the moment. If you've got bills to pay, just get them paid. Keep your stocks, keep your shares, improve your savings, your emergency savings. You know what? Emergency savings are difficult to put together. People say that you should put together 6 months worth of your salary, of your monthly income as emergency savings. I'll be interested to know how many people have that kept away. Is that a good thing to do, to have 6 months of emergency savings, or should you put all your money in an investment portfolio? Should you have it in property? Should you have it in stocks and shares? Should you have it in bonds? One thing I know is that if you have any money lying around, just chuck it into an ISA or chuck it into a shares account and just leave it there for now. So then be careful with big purchases. You're sitting at home, you're idle, you're not sure what to do, you go on the internet and you sort of buy something massive. Just be careful you're not shopping out of boredom, because again, that's some money that you can put away and you can use to influence and and change your own life or the life of somebody else. The little goes a long way. It's May now. If you're in the UK, open an ISA, as that's an investment savings account or something like that. I can't remember the full meaning, and just put all your money in there. Tax free. If you don't have anything to do with it now, save. There's no need to sort of make any big purchases. Use your credit card, but minimally. Just stay focused. And if you've lost your job, because it's not just job security is important. Even doctors lose their jobs. So it's not all doctors who have secure employment. Some doctors are freelance. And in this time where nobody's on leave and nobody's traveling, many doctors don't have work right now. So this is a time to reevaluate what you're doing with your career and with with your life basically? Is this time to make a change, to think about what you want to do differently? The recession is here. The recession is going to hit. So let's just improve, our financial health. It's Money Friday. I like to talk about money because I think that you have to be comfortable talking about money. We have to be comfortable, lifting ourselves out of poverty and helping, ourselves to live in abundance and living in wealth. And that wealth should have a purpose. So yeah, so if you're money minded or you are wealth minded and you want to keep talking about this, please send me a message. If you want to come online next week to share about money, about building a portfolio, about building wealth, please come on and let's just keep talking about it. The more we talk about it, the more it becomes normal in our society. It's not just about fundraising or asking people to donate to this and donate to that. How are people meant to donate to all of these things if they don't have enough? So I would like to see more people asking us to collaborate and to do more sort of business together and to do things together, rather than just sort of giving out of an empty basket, essentially. So come online with me. Thank you for always watching and supporting. We will go back to talking about health tomorrow and wellness. If you've sent me any questions, I will look at them tonight and I'll answer them tomorrow. But Fridays for money, I'll look at them and answer them. Keep sharing. We have over, I think, almost 400 likes or follows. I'm not sure. I'm learning how these things work. Let's try and get that to 500 in the next few days. So please keep sharing my videos, keep sharing all of this, and tell me ways in which you can improve it and we can make it better, so that we can just be, better and we can live to our fullest capacity and we can tackle life with gusto and appreciation and just joy, because you've got this one life to live. There are no apologies. Just do what you have to do. So just let me know what we can do differently. It's always a pleasure talking to you all. Join tomorrow, talking about wellness tomorrow. And next week we'll go back to talking about Money Friday on next week Friday. As I said, if you're a wealth expert, connect with me and let's do this together. But thank you again, and I really appreciate you. Thank you, Miwa, for watching and supporting Vine Health. It's really, really well appreciated. You guys have a great Friday. Think about your money. Look at your savings. Look at your investment. Look at how you can do things differently. Reach out to somebody. Call them today and just make that deal happen.